global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We are so excited to have you again, and we're looking at the arrest of the guy who organized the protest in Katsina State, Natura Sharif. He was arrested yesterday, and it has triggered a lot of responses from different angles. And guess what I've started noticing is the fact that most people are following behind what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had said before now. You know, he had queried a lot of things that is happening in the country, and I think a lot of young men to have looked into it, and they have seen that what he actually said was true. Remember that he was the one that made public the issue of banditry, robbing Christian in the northern part of Nigeria, killing, maiming, and all of that. He was the one that triggered it up, and the United States of America had to warn. Now, some other youths have decided to come up because of the rate of banditry that is ongoing in the north, and Sharif is one of them. Natura Sharif is one of them. Now, what the guy did was just to organize a peaceful protest in Katsina State, which is the hometown or home state of Buhari, and it wasn't long. He was arrested, and we've heard a lot of things from different angles. People are talking this time around is the former presidential aspirant, Bachir Tofa, that is coming out, former presidential aspirant of the National Republic Convention far back, I think in 1994. He's the one that is up now to talk, and this time around he is warning Buhari that if the young man is not being released, what they saw in 2011 violence in the north when Buhari was being denied his victory is what he is going to experience. And according to the news have it that a former presidential candidate of the National Republican Convention, NRC, Bachir Tofa, had told President Muhammadu Buhari to immediately order the release of Natura Sharif. Tofa asked Buhari to apologize to Sharif before fire consumes the north and the country even more than the 2011 election violence, according to him. Sharif, chairman, board of trustee of the coalition of Northern Group, was arrested by the police for organizing protests against the killing of Nigerians by bandits in Katsina and other states. In his statement on Wednesday, Tofa said the arrest and detention was wrong, undemocratic, and very bad example of intolerance. Tofa wondered why citizens who demonstrated peacefully against killing would be incarcerated. In his words, he said, "In this, I noticed that no one is allowed to say anything or to express a view, even peacefully. Is this the democracy Nigeria is showing to the world? We hope not." He further declared that so many people are angry about the state of the nation. He warned that if this collective anger is tickled and pushed by a few who may have started some illegal action somewhere, it will easily spread. The 2011 violence, destruction, and death that occurred when it was rumored that General Muhammad Buhari was denied his victory will be a child's play this time around. Nigerians are very angry. Insecurity everywhere, poverty, joblessness, and now COVID-19 disease, despair, and desperation have eaten deep into Nigerians' patience and good sense. He maintained that for the police and other agencies to carry out illegal arrests and call their action a desperate attempt to dishonor this government and cause more hatred against it. Tofa noted that because of Natura situation, I have the nasty and anger, often abusive words uttered against the president by Hiteto, his supporters. What he's saying here, in essence, is that even his own supporters who voted him in, all of them are overly angry over the arrest of the young man. He went further to say President Buhari should be very careful. He should begin to know and appreciate his true and sincere friends and get rid of his enemies who do tremendous harm to his image and his own future well-being and safety. Tofa said Buhari must remember that in 3 years, someone else will be the president. Wow, that's good to remind him. And he said, I and millions of other Nigerians condemn the arrest of Natura Sharif and other Nigerians who were either killed or injured simply because they came out to demonstrate and make their views known in a peaceful manner. He demanded natural, immediate release and all those in detention for such purpose. Wow, a lot is happening. And someone says here, wonderful, but when El Zakzaki and his IMN, Kanu and his IPOP, Sore and his group fundamental human right of freedom of speech and right to peaceful protest was violated, you guys were clapping hand in approval like Pharisees spreading their clothes, approving the persecution of Christian hypocrites. Do unto others as you would like to be done unto. So many response by Nigerians, but we just want to look at this critically, and I want to say in essence that it makes no sense. But guess what? The same hand that is used in beating the first wife or the first king is the same that will be used in beating the second wife. And that's the truth. When the likes of Nnamdi Kanu came up and was soliciting and was reacting over some things that were done in Nigeria and calling it heinous crime, saying that it wasn't right the way his people were treated and all of that, everybody kept their mouth shut. Sowore came up also and told Nigerians that there is need for a change and that Nigerians should wake up and everybody should go out and let us go into peaceful demonstration. A lot of people all around the world condemn, or around Nigeria condemn, especially the northerners. Have you seen now it is their own turn? And see how the top guys are now reacting. Now, I think at this point we must have an objective mind that accepts the fact that we all have our fundamental human rights. And that fundamental human right is engrafted in the Constitution. Every Nigerian have the right to, they have that freedom of speech. They have the right to freedom of speech. In other words, if you see things going wrong, if you see things not aligning itself with the duties of the government, you have the right to say, I don't like what is going on. Does it mean if people are going through difficult time, banditry, issue of kidnap, and the rest, they are being tussled to and fraud, they don't have the right to speak out? And now, it's the turn of the northerners. When Fulani headsmen were invading the southeast, invading the south side, invading the southwest, nobody seems to talk. When they made recommendation and talked about the issue of Roga and all of that, and the southeast, southwest, and south south were castigating, criticizing, people were being incarcerated, things were done anyhow, and the northerners did not say anything. Now it's their own turn. You see, this life is turn by turn. Oh, this life is like fan, a standing fan. For the fact that it is coming to my side does not mean that it will not come to your side. Very soon it will be your own turn. You can imagine their own response. It's even making a reflection at what happened in 2011, which was very, very terrible, where businesses were burned down. A lot of horrible things happened at the time just because of the fact that Buhari was, they said he had win, and they refused to give him that position. They were so angry. I think it was on the basis of that during the 2015 election, Goodluck Jonathan did not want issues. No wonder he decided to just say, oh, Buhari has won, and merely congratulated him so that Nigerians' blood will not be spilled. But guess what? This time around, the northerners are out, and guess they are ready to bring down anything, and they are demanding that the guy should be released. The question is, are these things getting to the president? Because guess what? I strongly believe that most of the things that is happening in this country, I strongly doubt if the president is in the know, or there is a place called president, there are people called presidency who decides to make decisions and give unnecessary instructions, and things have been done to the detriment of the people. It's painting the person who was appointed there. Most people believe that he's not alive, and most people believe that he's long dead and all of that. That I do not know, because I don't know where his grave is. In the whole Nigeria are still calling him that same name, though he's getting younger day after day. But the truth of the matter is, let us treat people as if we were elected to protect them. We were elected to keep them okay. You can't imagine that someone is facing what is currently going on in the north and he will shut his mouth. Guess what? It wasn't a violent one. It was a peaceful thing. Now, the people who have even done worse, for example, if you want to be so real, it's the Fulani haters who have been plaguing lives and all of that. Nobody had cared to arrest. Nobody had cared to do them anyhow. Look at the issue of Boko Boys. They have done tremendous things that, getting even one of them, it should be a case of just kneeling them off. But we still hear the case of them, for example, fairly recently, these guys who are in charge of the identity of Nigerians, came up and they were telling us that they have already registered more than 603 repented Boko Boys. Who told you they are repented? If they are repented, by now they would have opened up to the military the secret on how to go against these people, their secret hideouts and all of that. But none of such has been done, just to show you that, man, these guys have not repented. And we've not been so violent with them, Yeah, we know that the military have tried arresting and doing all manner of things to them. But however, for you to unleash anger on peaceful protests, it's overly wrong. And I think what Tofa is saying should be taken very seriously. I know we Southerners, those who are top guys in the South, they hardly talk. Always, no matter what is going on, you just see them keep very few, handful of them talks whenever things go wrong. But you can imagine, an older man like Tofa, Bachir Tofa, has decided to come out to speak out and say, enough, we can't tolerate this again. If you don't release this man, this is what will become of you. And we're just putting our fingers crossed to watch what will happen. I hope that something will be done to quell down their anger, because if the place is on fire here, even in the south and southeasterners, they are getting angry. They say, we don't want presidency come 2023. We don't want anything. What we do want is we want to be free. It's Biafra or dead. And then at the same time also, the people in the Northwest are reacting. Edo State is on fire. A lot of things are happening in the country, which is not good. So right now is a case of what are the key points of my administration? What can I do to bring down the anger of the people? For you, cases like this happen, just go on address them. We are looking into the issues and then try to get advice from people who have done this before. All right, that's where we're going to leave it. Go to our comment section. Let us